Hi and welcome to week 2 of the Flow series. My name is Jess from FittSteps Training and I'm delighted to be bringing you this short series through Birch Wilde. Basically with the Flow program we are working in conjunction with your menstrual cycle, with your hormones, to ensure that you get the most out of your training based on what's happening inside your body. So this way we're working with our body as opposed to against it, making everything flow a little bit easier. This is week 2. Week 1 is generally your menstrual week. It's not always the best week for us guys, but it's definitely a great week to be moving. In week 2, you're coming into your follicular phase. This is a phase of growth and development, and actually for your training, it's the perfect time to focus on your strength and endurance work. So if you have a weight at home, I encourage you to use it this week. This is the time when you are going to be at your physically strongest and feel most capable. So always great to encourage that sense of strength. We're going to work through some endurance rounds weighted. First round though, we're going to warm up and we're going to focus a little bit on mobility, because even though this is our strength week, it's super important that we keep that flexibility and mobility throughout. 3-minute rounds, so every round is a marathon. Make sure you are working at your own pace and that you're comfortable with the way you're using. Just take a nice deep breath, arms up. Exhale, roll it down. You're going to take a bend to the knees. Exhale, stretch. And again, bend the knees. Stretch into the backs of the legs as much as you can. Take a nice deep breath, walk forward, find your plank position. And again, as you exhale, you're going to press up. And then drop it back to the knees. Take a nice little curl of that spine, tuck the tummy, tuck the head and hips. And release. And again. And back down. Bring it up through that neutral spine. Step that right foot forward. You can help it along if you need. We're just going to take a little circle. Loosen up into those hips. And circle back the other way. Take it, exhale, and with hand either side of that front leg, sit back, take a quick stretch. Only as far as you're comfortable to. Drop it forward. Now exhale, reach it up. Nice twist of that spine. We want to open the shoulders and spine as much as we can. Drop it down. You're going to step up on that back leg. Find your plank and drop back down. Step forward with that left. And repeat again. So nice circle, dropping into those hips. And back the other way. One hand either side of the thigh. Sit back and stretch. Just find your comfortable place. It mightn't be too far, it might be all the way. Work to your best. Drop it back forward. Both hands down. Twist. Again, open that spine. Open the shoulders. Drop it back down. Step back through your plank. And one more time. Press those hips up. You're going to walk it in. Hands to feet or feet to hands. Slowly stack that spine as you stand. And we're going to roll the hips. Release any tension. The cracker pop is all good. Take the shoulders around. Nice big circles. And back. Nice deep breath up. Exhale, reach across. And the other side. Bring it down. And just a nice step out to the side. Stretching into that inside thigh. And over the other way. And bring it up. Bring those feet back in. And let's get ready. Our first round is thighs and glutes. So with your weight, you're working a nice deep squat. Bring that weight up to the chest if you're using one. You're sitting down into that squat, back into the heels at the top. Straighten up, hinge forward, and lift it back. Okay? So thighs and glutes, the heels are going to stay on the floor throughout. Core stays tight, shoulders up. Remember, this is 3 minutes. Endurance work, so pace yourself. Breathe as often as you need and drop that weight at any point. You ready? Here we go. With that hinge, super important that we're flattening the back, keeping that chest high. With your squat, really important that you're sitting back into the heels. I pull my toes away from the floor just to double check that that weight is distributed properly to protect my knees. Make sure you're squeezing those glutes at the top. Should be nice and warm now. Bad news, we're 60 seconds in. We've got another 2 minutes here. So if you're starting to really feel those thighs, feel the glutes and hamstrings, that's a good thing. If you are working without a weight, these exercises can be done exactly the same. When it comes to your hinge, simply roll the hands down the thighs and shins, squeeze and lift. We are now halfway. I always like to start with the thighs and glutes. They say what works first works best. And I think it's super important to focus on those big muscles, not only for great shape and definition, but for calorie burn. Keep it going, you've got 30 seconds. Whew. You should be getting warm. Always glad to hear the bell at the end of those 3-minute rounds. We have a second one for legs. This time we're working lunges and we're going to work all 3 directions. So again, with or without your weight, we lunge to the front, both knees to 90. We lunge to the side, keep that chest up, and we step back to our lunge. Then we change leg. Repeating again through the 3 minutes. You can pop that weight down at any point if you like. But remember, strength and endurance are your focus, so push yourself as hard as you can. Get ready. 3 minutes on the clock. And off we go. This one can be a test of your balance as well. That's okay, keep pulling up into that core. Make sure you're straightening that leg that stays central each time. Lots and lots of leg work, guys, to maximize the metabolic burn and really give you that great shape. Do make sure that you're not collapsing into your lunge. Body shouldn't be falling forward. Keep it up nice and high. Same to the side, core tight, Shoulders up, eyes up always. Especially if you're at home, because who wants to look at the dust on the floor? Whew. It's hardest when you're coming to that halfway point. But we are there now, halfway. 90 seconds done, 90 seconds to go. Please remember, a lunge is just a big step. We do this every single day, and it's so important for day-to-day function. Again, making sure the heel of that front leg stays on the ground. It'll really protect the knee, keep you in a safe place. Whew. Nice little quiver in the legs is good. We've got 35 seconds. Doesn't always feel good when you do it, but it feels great when it's done. Whew. That's it. 3 minutes of legs done. Now, you can leave that weight down to the side. We're going to work upper body, but slightly different for upper body. Because it is endurance, we are going to work 3 minutes. We're going to break it up into 3 exercises so that we're hitting chest, back, and the backs of the arms. Okay? So let's bring it down to the mat. We're going to work press-ups. You have 3 options with your press-ups. Okay? That box press-up, you can walk it forward to the knees. You can, if you like, bring it up to the feet. I'm going to keep mine on the knees because it is a long round. Core tight. Exhale on the way up. Off you go. Now guys, as you're bending down, those elbows want to come to 90 degrees. As you're pressing up, exhale and close the chest. Please remember, your press-ups are a chest exercise. Keep going, keep breathing through it. As you're coming down, you're opening the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades. As you're coming up, close the chest, tighten that core. Okay, we are 30 seconds from being done with press-ups. We are going straight into a plank row. Always exhale on the way up. 7 seconds to go. And step it straight up, guys. We're going to roll that elbow high. Keep the core nice and tight. Keep the back nice and flat. If you have any strain in the back, you pop down, squeeze and pull. And your option, should you like, is to use that weight and alternate as we go. You decide. The more time you spend up in that plank, the more work there is through the core. But don't worry, we have a core round coming as well. Choose your option, work through different ones if you need. You've got 15 seconds left of this row, whether you're on the knees, on the feet, or using that weight. Last 3, 2, and 1. Spin it over to the glutes. Nice and quick, we take a tricep dip. Bend and stretch. Just the elbows pressing away from that floor. modification here is hips down, bend back and lift, keep the core tight, chest up and keep the eyes up. If we drop the eyes, we tend to round the shoulders and collapse. You want to stay nice and tall. We've got 30 seconds. Now, for any reason you've any wrist or shoulder issues, there's an additional modification you can use with that weight. Bend it into tricep extensions, okay? Always some way to make it work, but we have 10 seconds more. If you're on the glutes or up on the hands, 3, 2, you're done. 3 minutes of upper body done. So you should have a nice burn through the chest, through the backs of the arms, okay? Last round is core. So again, 3 minutes of endurance work for the core. We're gonna keep it on the back. Your first exercise is a weighted crunch. So again, strength and endurance. We're gonna go 60 seconds. Down on that mat, weight up above, and exhale, press that to the ceiling, scooping that tummy in. Make sure you're not throwing, you're actually scooping, lifting. We go in 7 seconds. Whoo! You get warm this way. Off you go. It is only a crunch, guys, so there's no rock in those hips. We're not rolling, using any leverage to get up. We're just pressing that weight up to the ceiling. Make sure, as you scoop, you can feel that tummy tighten and the low back press down into that mat. You hear me exhale as I go. That's encouraging my core to tighten down that little bit more. And bring that weight down straight away. Bring those knees to 90, head and shoulders off the floor. Extend one leg at a time. Down to the mat. Make sure you're tightening down and in throughout. Support the head and the hands as much as you need, but make sure you're lifting slightly off. If there's too much strain in the neck, you can bring it down, but it's going to create a lot more pressure in that back as you lower down. So if you can, keep that head up for me. Last 12 seconds here. Oh, beautiful. Knees down. We take a twist, knee to elbow. Exhale, twist across. Scoop and tighten that core. We are keeping the knees down for this one, guys, so that you can focus on that crunch through the waist. Bicycle crunches can be done with the knees up, but I really want you to focus on that big twist, really turning the body all the way towards the wall. And if you can, elbow comes opposite side of the knee, really crunching in. You've got 10 seconds. And rest. Bring those knees into the chest. And let's bring the feet down. Take the arms out to the side. Drop away to one side. Make sure you get a nice stretch into the back. Bring them back through the center and over the other side. take a little rock forward, bring ourselves up, hands down to the mat. Exhale and stretch. And nice and slow, stack that spine. Take a roll of the hips, relax any tension in the low back. And the other way. Deep breath. In, arms up. Exhale it down and open that chest, nice and wide. And relax it down, guys. That is week 2. Remember, this is your strength and endurance focus. Make sure that you are working to your max capacity. Use what's going on inside your body. Make it work for you. And I hope you enjoyed this week's flow. See you soon.